After you, Coach.
Thank you. Just my opening statement for this is a very important game for us. Our relationship with Rochester College and this community. You've got a coach whose family has coached that team for 40 years. That school has grown like Oakland's grown. Together we've made Rochester Hills a vibrant town with two really fine universities in it. And even though they're an NAIA school and we're whatever we are, we need to play this game every year. So I was very pleased with the attendance that I saw a lot of townspeople here that made me happy to see that they would come to the game. And so for all that, this is the right reasons to play this game now. The first half was, they have a very, very good coach, and he had a great game plan, and their team played extremely well. But we're a team that's improving and getting better, and we're focused, and having Nick back has made such a big difference for us. And for us to get better, we did what we had to do tonight. We wore them down, and eventually, you know, our athletes and our size and our being able to rotate 9 guys in there just wore them out. And that's why the game got away from it like it did. But they played really well. They had a great first half and a great game plan, so I give them a lot of props, I guess is the word. In my generation, I don't know. What is it in your generation?
Credit.
Credit?
You get a lot of credit.
Oh, okay. I have a visa.
Open up for questions for the players, Nick Daniels and Corey Petros.
Nick, you broke your foot last year, came back this year, broke your other foot in the preseason. Just what has it been like for you this last couple of weeks and being able to get a chance to get out there and play?
It's been real good. I've been waiting for the time to come. It just being patient, and it finally came. And when I got out there, it just felt good. Yeah.
And it seemed like you came. You were in a boot last week. It seemed like you came out of the boot ready to play. How did you stay mentally in it and to be able to play right away?
Just being strong, being tough, doing what I had to do to take care of my business with rehab. Tom Ford did real great on helping me out and getting me back quick. And that's what really happened.
We have a great trainer, and he's been with me for almost 30 years, and he knows what I expect, and our players really care for him and like him, and you know he had Nick ready. I mean, you think about that. He was in a boot for 7 weeks until last Tuesday, and now he's making shots, and he got really tired out there. I mean, he cramped up once and that, but we wanted to push him through tonight and play him as many minutes as I could tonight.
Nick, how do you change the dynamic of the offense, providing another shooter out there?
Just helping guard out Kay. You know, he needs some help out there. He didn't have a lot of minutes, and my help, me just shooting the ball well, and then penetrating and getting player shots is just that's what.
Corey, you guys have got a chance to play 6 straight at home. Now you got 6 straight on the road. Just kind of what's the mindset of the team kind of heading into that trip?
Oh, we're definitely excited. The next road game with Morehead State, it's a middle of the team pack, we say, for Horizon. They're going to be a good team, so it'll be a good road game for us, since all our previous games were home, so a good away game for us. And we're excited for that stretch of all the BCS schools, something all of us players wanted. It'll get us ready for the Horizon League to start.
Any more questions for the players? All right. Thanks, All right, open up for questions for Coach Kampe.
Coach, just kind of talk about Nick being mentally ready to go. I mean, he comes out of the boot, he plays the next day, played at Toledo, then tonight he comes out and scores, 17. Just talk about him being ready as soon as he was cleared.
Well, Tom told me he could practice, and I go, well, if he can practice, he can play. Let's play him a couple minutes, just see how he does. And I don't think Tom wanted me to do it, but he acquiesced to me and said, go ahead. So I played him 3 minutes that next day. Then we played him 18 minutes against Toledo, and then we started him tonight. And he played 24 minutes tonight, and that's probably where he's going to be, 25 to 30 minutes. He just brings a different dynamic to our team. He helps share the ball with Kay. Now we get a rebound. Everybody, you know, we can't bring it up. We got to get it to Kay. Now we can get it up to the other side too and go. So that helps. He's got that scorer's mentality too. I mean, he's the all-time leading scorer in his high school's history, and he's a scorer. He believes he can make every shot, and so we like that. And then the big thing that he does is he can pressure the basketball, and that gives us more balanced guard play, especially at the mid-major level. You know, the guards are really what makes a good mid-major team, is guard play. So now we can guard with two quick guys out there that can pressure the ball. And I think our defense in the last two games with him out there has been way better than it was. So we're improving defensively, but just keeping the ball out of the scoring position by pressuring it. And, you know, Nick brings that. Now Kay can give us more of that too, because we don't need him on offense so much. You know, Kay, look at Kay's numbers tonight. He had 9 assists, 2 turnovers. And I mean, that's what we need out of him. And because Nick's out there, I think that allows him to be more the facilitator that he is. Now, Kay's still going to have, you know, games where he gets 25 points because he's that kind of player. But this is what we need from him to win, and so that Nick brings that. And Nick's going to, you know, I thought Nick might have been our leading scorer tonight, which would have given us 6 different leading scorers in 8 games, but, you know, Corey had 18, so he wasn't. But there's going to be a night that Nick is going to be our leading scorer because he's a scorer. So that's what he brings to the table. I've been waiting for 2 years to be able to get him out there. We've thought when we signed him that he was a kid that was, you know, under-recruited, undervalued kid, and we were so excited to sign him, if you remember a couple years ago. And now I'm even more excited that, you know, it's coming to fruition, the type of kid he is, the type of player he is, and he can help us.
Coach, in the second half, you were shooting 48% out of the gate, and then you went 57%, 75, 65, and 62% before the scrubs came in, as opposed to that 48% in the first half.
Well, we talked at halftime that Rochester played really well, but we guarded extremely well in the first half. They only had 25 points, but we settled in the first half. We came out, we rammed it down their throat. Corey got layups, high-loaded, got easy ones, and then we started settling on threes, and we weren't making them, and that hurt us offensively. Our offensive efficiency in the first half was not good, 1.08. The second half, our threes came inside out. The ball went inside and then kicked out, so we're catching and shooting horse shots, and we started making them, and we wore them down. Their defense got a little tired, and so that had a lot to do with the flow of the game. Eventually, we were going to out-athlete them, eventually, because we're playing 9 guys, and, you know, we're wearing them, we wore them down. But, you know, there's a lot of talk about Nick tonight, but I think you saw Jalen Hayes tonight, too. I mean, Jalen is a freak athlete who is a freshman, who we expected both he and Nick to do a lot for us. And tonight he had 10 points and 8 rebounds, and a couple times you saw his elbow above the rim on tip-ins. And, you know, so those 3 freshmen had 30-some points, Femi, Nick, and Jalen. So, you know, it was good to see that we wore somebody down.
Coach, we talk about Nick and Kay and how Nick can spell K. What about Jalen Hayes in that role? Ultimately, do you see that where Jalen could be the guy that spells Corey?
No, I mean, the way I...
In a rebounding role.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think Jalen's got a chance to be a great rebounder at Oakland. And you know, I mean, Jalen was in the starting lineup through the preseason, and then he didn't, you know, he played like a freshman the first couple exhibition games, so we took him out of it. But we've got a really good rotation right now. I've got Femi and Corey at the 4 and the 5 with Tommy, and with Nick and Kay, and then Dante, who's a senior, could be a starter anywhere else, and really should be a starter for us, can come in at any one of those 5 positions. And then Jalen can come in at any one of those 5 positions. And then Ralph Hill's a role player, a shooter, and Max Hooper's a shooter, and, you know, so we've got shooters we can bring in, we got guys that can play multiple positions, we got defenders. So we've got a really nice mix of 9 guys that I can, depending on matchups and depending on who's playing well and who isn't, there's a lot of things I can do with this rotation. And it's been a while since we've had that. It's been since the championship years since we've been able to rotate that many players in and out. So I'm excited.
Coach, earlier you used the word acquiesce. Are you going to work that into your vernacular more?
I used it in practice the other day, and I had 12 people staring at me. So I explained to them what it meant, and maybe I'll hear it from one of them. I like when I hear it from Tommy, then I'll know I've made it.
Any more questions for Coach?
And just kind of, where do you feel the team's at heading to this road trip? Do you feel like you made enough strides, kind of like, or do you feel like you're going to find out a lot about the team on the road trip as well?
We're still a long way, but I believe this team has improved defensively from the Ferris State exhibition game till now more than any team I've ever coached in 31 years. But this team probably had farther to go than any team I've ever coached. I mean, in the Ferris State exhibition game, we were horrendous. If we put that tape on and broke it down, I mean, it was horrendous. And tonight, we were in position, we made plays, we were rebounding, we're checking out, you know. So I like that we've made great improvement. We have a long way to go. We're a very young team. We got to remember, you know, there's 3 freshmen and a sophomore playing major roles on this team. And so we're going to have our tough nights, especially with what we got ahead of us in the next 2 weeks. But I like where we're headed. I really do. I think we have a chance to be pretty good before it's all over. I mean, it's reminiscent of Keith Benson and Hudson's sophomore year, where we didn't start very good, and then we just went, and by the end of the year we were really good. Got beat on the last second shot in the exhibition, or in the championship game of the Summit League tournament, and then we got beat in the second round of a postseason tournament on an 80-foot shot. So, you know, this team's reminiscence of that, the way we're improving. I do think we have talent like that too. I really think we have pretty good talent.